I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was in mute and here. Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to Times of India. This is our first edition of our broadcast with elections with TOI. From today onwards, every evening at 5 p.m., we will bring you the hottest topics, the hottest election chacha, and the hottest buzz in doing the rounds for the 2024 polls. A litmus test, really, for both the BJP as well as the opposition India alliance. And I would have said the NDA alliance, but NDA is largely the BJP. Today we have with us guests. We are joined by Rajat Sethi, political analyst and author, and we are joined by Manu Sharma, a cephalogist with Seawater, one of India's biggest cephalogy companies. You bring out the data for us, and also joining us in a short while will be Tehseen Poonawala, a political analyst, but with his own admission, of course, Congress leaning. But thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, viewers for tuning into the show, and we hope to bring you every day the best masala from elections 2024. The poll bugle has literally been blown. It was blown a couple of weeks ago by the Election Commission when they announced the elections, and of course today being the first phase of voting, and especially for certain, there are a lot of key candidates in the fray today, but of specific importance is Tamil Nadu, because once voting is complete today, it will be over and done with, and the fates of all political parties and candidates who are part of the Tamil Nadu system will be sealed, because this is, the 39 seats in Tamil Nadu and 1 seat of Puducherry, all of it will be done. Rajat Sethi, political analyst and author, he's joining us, and Manu Sharma, you're here. Manu, what's your sense of what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu? Because अगर बीजेपी को अबकी बार 400 पार करने हैं, तो साउथ से तो सीट्स लानी है.
Indeed. See, 400 par means that BJP will have to expand beyond its usual catchment, and that means that expanding further down south. So they're already there in Karnataka. They're also there in bits and pieces in what was former Andhra and now Telangana and the successor Andhra Pradesh state. So, but they have a problem with Kerala, and they also have a problem with Tamil Nadu. Now they have made a concerted effort in Tamil Nadu, primarily because it accounts for 39 seats, which is, I think, the largest state, politically speaking, in South India. So they have to make an impact if they indeed want to expand their catchment. But here's the problem, that as far as the opinion polls were concerned, the Congress-led India alliance, comprising of DMK, Congress, and some other parties, they were comfortably ahead in terms of the vote share, and at times polling ahead of the 50% critical mark. So once you breach that sort of a vote share, it becomes extreme. I mean, it becomes virtually next to impossible, unless there is a significant tilt, or let us say breakage in that vote share towards the primary challenger party, which BJP hopes to become. As far as the elections are considered, if they do well in some regions of Tamil Nadu, and they also become perhaps the primary challenger to the party in power, that would be a good showing.
But the Annamalai factor, how much of him is going to be? Is it just hype, Rajat, as we were speaking earlier? Is it just hype that BJP is going to make a dent in Tamil Nadu this time? Annamalai is that star leader. After a long time, there's a strong leader from a central or from a national party, and can he give a takkar to the Dravidian behemoths, DMK, of course, and AIDMK?
Aditi ji, good evening to you and to your viewers. First and foremost, what is so special about Annamalai is that after a very long time, there is one politician emanating from southern part of our country who has captured the imagination of people in the north as much as he has captured the imagination of people in the south. So he has acted as this bridge an emotional bridge between people, which so far was missing. There was an ideological battle put forth by none other than the Rahul Gandhi himself when he said that India is sum of the parts, and the parts being the states. So India as a whole is not a nation; it is just a amalgamation of these states put together. This is the core ideas around which the Dravidian ecosystem thrives on, dwells on. But here is Annamalai, who said that this is all rubbish. We are part of this inseparable national being, and the ethos of that national being have to be similar, be it north, south, east, or west. He
Right.
carried that core nationalistic ideas and presented it before the people of Tamil Nadu. And he was honest as a politician can get about certain things that he wasn't comfortable with in the Dravidian ideological base. Pick up the Brahman votes. The core Dravidianism is against the Brahmanical supremacy. But he said that, identifying a set of people, putting a label that these are the enemy of the society, that is nothing else than what Nazism was. And he was confident enough because he felt that that kind of marking somebody out, a group of people out, and going after them is something which is patently illiberal. And he tried this is just one incident, and just he kept on, and he exposed a lot of corrupt practices of the DMK regime there, and he
Hmm.
connected with the masses. Lavanya's murder case, if I'm not mistaken with the name, that happened because of conversions and all of that. There was pressure around conversion, and he again took leadership on that issue and connected to the base of the state. He was able to do that repeatedly on issue after issue, and this is the reason why when he was leading the BJP, he was able to make significant emotional dent. Now,
Okay.
in terms of vote share and seats, it's a different game altogether, because there you require grassroots leaders, you require workers, you require cadre base, which cannot be a 2-minute Maggie, right? You need to build that loyal base over several months and years of hard work. And there is no shortcut to it. And I think this is where BJP will continue to struggle, especially in the rural
Look,
pockets of Tamil Nadu. But in the urban areas, I'm seeing, and I have done assessments. I stayed in Tamil Nadu for 3 months, and I can say every single urban pocket, pick Madurai, Rameshwaram, Coimbatore, Chennai, everywhere I'm seeing higher double digit vote share for BJP, which is something absolutely unimaginable 2 3 years.
that's saying something. But when you were saying that it's not possible, look, anything is possible. In 2015 Delhi elections, who thought that Aam Aadmi Party is going to get the lion's share of the seats? It didn't have any grassroots leaders, so to speak, at that time. But then, of course, there was the whole Anna movement and Anna Hazare factor that worked for them. But having said that, let me come to you, Manu. Rajat is saying that while in the urban pockets, there's a huge groundswell for the BJP. In the rural pockets, there aren't. And also the additional fact that right now, BJP has no seats in Tamil Nadu. It doesn't have any presence in Tamil Nadu. And I think last elections, they had less than 4% vote share in Tamil Nadu. How's it going to happen, if at all it's going to happen?
You see, currently BJP is definitely polling at a statewide level. I won't even confine it to, let's say, the urban pockets. That it is definitely polling in 2 digits. So it's a very credible showing when compared to its previous outing. So they have grown in terms of vote share. They have grown in terms of even let's say cadre base at few places. And overall, there is a connect that is being established between, let's say, the new leadership of BJP in the state and the people. But this bond will obviously take some time to formalize and mature. But that's for the future. As of now, BJP, uh, especially in alliance, it's NDA format. It's going to be perhaps the second largest entity in terms of vote share. The trouble is about seat share, because obviously there will be what we call the index of opposition unity. There is this kind of tactical voting that earlier used to take place in Uttar Pradesh and
Hmm.
sometimes in Bihar, whereby let us say the entire opposition would have some kind of a tactical alliance to, basically ensure that the BJP stronger candidates don't make it through. So, and we see that happening at times in Kerala today too. So there is risk of that. But other than that, it's a very credible showing by Tamil Nadu BJP.
Credible showing, not yet, you giving them the prize before the birthday parties begun, because the prize will come only on the 4th of June, isn't it?
No, that's true. But even in the run up to see, if a party has to make a leap, that number has to show somewhere, and that was showing in the opinion poll. So they've created a stage. Whether they really uh, leapfrog from that, or just take a small little jump, that remains to be seen. But there is obviously making of the stage, setting the ground, and that's what I was referring to.
You think they've set the ground? Today is the test, and of course, इम्तिहान की परीक्षा का रिजल्ट तो अब 4 जून को ही आएगा, तो तब पता चलेगा क्या हुआ. बट अन्नामलाई, let's talk about Annamalai for a moment. Rajat had a lot of good things to say. Manu, your view on is, some people have told me that Annamalai is good, but he's just media hype. He's not, I mean, he can't really do much for the BJP on the ground, given that they don't have much cadres there in Tamil Nadu. Your assessment?
See, at times, so I mean, I'll hark back to, let's say, the 1990s when BJP was a growing entity, and so what used to happen in the initial days? Okay, let's even dial back to 80s. What used to happen was that people would turn up for the speeches of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and everybody would say, "Oh, let's listen to Vajpayee. Let's listen to Vajpayee." And he himself said in one of his speeches that "आप लोग देखने तो आ जाते हो, वोट नहीं देते हो." And that was so that was the era. But it established the brand, it established a connect, it actually told people that here is a brand, here is a leader. And then you had the cadres form up. Sometimes the process is in reverse, but as of now, looking at the BJP strategy, I think they've put forward a young charismatic leader who has connect with parts of the society. He's extremely good in his articulation, and he's trying to build a base. So I mean, I won't burden him with too much expectations and call it that he's all hype. Obviously the hard work is there, but it remains to be seen how much of it would translate into actual performance this time.
How much
But
he
I
will
think
be
for
able to actually deliver?
yeah,
Got you.
for the
Got you.
future, I think there is promise, there is definitely promise.
Right, exactly. Perhaps BJP's strategy in Bengal, where they started making inroads, and then they made more inroads, and then suddenly, I think next round of assembly elections, they intend to make the government much to. Of course, Mamata Banerjee will put a big fight, making sure that that doesn't happen. But Rajat, let me come to you. Abki Baar 400 Paar. Is that a hype, or is that reality?
I think that is an aspirational goal. Um, any CEO of any corporation sets quarterly goals and then annual goals, and then long-term goals for their own employees, for their shareholders, and for their broader audience. I think 400 is that psychological sort of benchmark which Prime Minister Modi has put forth as a target, not just for his own party's cadre, but also for public at large. That why don't you come out and bless me with open hearts? I have done
Hmm.
this much, and this is what my plan of action is for 2047. And if we have to become a developed country by 2047, we just do not want any kind of distractions, and more so political distractions in that journey. Now, if that needs to be achieved, I need these many numbers. So I think he has anchored himself around that holy grail of 400, and sort of creating history when it comes to political mandates. I think that is what the Prime Minister is chasing through that ambitious goal. But as you said, when you break it down into specifics, and the devil lies in the detail, can you reach to a 400 mark without the support of Tamil Nadu? The answer is no. Can you do that without, say, Maharashtra, when BJP was at its peak? Right now, BJP is not as strong as it was in 2019. So two very, very big states out of your reach. What do you do then? So I
Right.
think, therefore, it seems little less likely, but nonetheless, it is.
And Tehseen has joined us just at the right time. Welcome, Tehseen. Welcome to Times of India this time. And I'm so happy to have you here. Tehseen, so you've come just at an appropriate time. The question was, Abki Baar 400 Paar, kitna hype, kitna reality. Lekin, that's the question I had for Rajat. But a related question: can that happen without the South chipping in the seats in the South? And therefore, how important Tamil Nadu, which finishes its all voting on all the 39 seats, 40 if you include Puducherry, today?
So first of all, thank you so much, Aditi, for having me. And this time I'm joining you on another platform. But look, my loyalty is completely with you. It doesn't matter which platform you go on, I will follow you. So, and I apologize for being slightly late. I'm actually coming from Western UP right now. There was a slight traffic delay because of the checking that's happening due to the election. So I apologize for that. Two quick points. I got your question, also the question that you asked, Rajat. So is the BJP crossing 400? No, absolutely not. No, not is the NDA, nor is the BJP crossing 370. That's not happening for sure. In fact, right now, as I come from Western UP, there is absolute anger against the BJP, even in Western UP. So there is resentment against the BJP. Yes, the Prime Minister is the tallest leader of the country. Yes, there is personal respect for the Prime Minister. But I think people are comparing 10 years of this government versus what has been promised and what has been delivered. And if you see, farmers are angry, women are angry, students are angry, army men are angry. So I don't understand who's voting for the BJP. Now, a couple of days back, I reached Delhi and I came from Maharashtra, and Rajat was ending with Maharashtra, and he's right on this thing. The anger amongst core BJP voters in Maharashtra, Aditi, no surveys captured it. And I'm not saying this because I am anti-BJP. I was at a dinner where absolutely core BJP voters, I'm talking about doctors, people who've all their lives voted BJP, and they come up to me and they say, look, this time we're not voting BJP. The reason we voted BJP is we wanted relief from Ajit Pawar and Chhagan Bhujbal. These are doctors telling me at a dinner. And they said, now all these people are with the BJP. If BJP is crossing 370 and NDA is crossing 400, why do you need an Ajit Pawar? Why do you need a Chhagan Bhujbal? Why do you need those people who we voted against? The core BJP Karyakarta, now Pune, Mumbai, Western Maharashtra I'm talking about, where I was based, the core BJP Karyakarta is feeling let down. Anybody who's coming from the Congress is getting a ticket in the BJP. And the joke that I made out there, I said this in a public program and I'm going to say it, 2024 elections are between Congress Rahul Gandhi and Congress Narendra Modi. This is the elections between. Everybody is a Congress leader in the BJP. So the BJP that wanted to make a Congress Mukt Bharat has made a Congress Yukt BJP. So it's a fight between Congress and Congress. And let me put my neck out and tell you, today in Tamil Nadu, the BJP is going to get as many seats as the Prime Minister's press conferences. 0.
Okay, as many seats as the Prime Minister. See, they are at 0 today. Given the groundswell and given the kind of Herculean effort that the Prime Minister himself has put in to sort of woo the voters in Tamil Nadu, that it's Tamil Nadu outcome is going to be an asset test for the Prime Minister as well as the BJP as well as Annamalai.
I disagree on that. I'll tell you why. I think while this time the BJP will get 0, I think the efforts of the Prime Minister is absolutely phenomenal. And while I oppose the BJP, I cannot but bow down and applaud this man. He is an absolute political fighter. He knows nothing's coming out of Tamil Nadu and he's fighting. And look at the vision 10 years ago. So if we go back to say 10 years ago and the BJP, or say even 12 years ago, this is our lifetime, our recent lifetime. Who would have thought the BJP would have 2 governments in Haryana even 12 years ago? Who would have thought the BJP would have a government in Assam 10 years ago? Who would have thought 12 years ago? Who would have thought the BJP would be a second largest party in West Bengal 12 years ago? Who would have thought the BJP 12 years ago would be the second largest party in Odisha? That the BJP has got new grounds. I know that with this Prime Minister, they will break ground in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Is it happening now? No. But the effort of that man on your screen, phenomenal. You can disagree with him, but that is how elections are fought. I have a lot of respect for alphas and people who fight, and that's what I like. I like that about the BJP and the Prime Minister.
Then let me ask you, what do you think about Mr. Rahul Gandhi's fight this time, since you support the Congress intrinsically?
Totally. I told him that, his advisors didn't quite like the suggestion. I told him our slogan should be 10,000, 10 saal versus 10,000 kilometers. So 10 years, what they achieved versus 10,000 kilometers, the problems you saw. I thought that would have been a good narrative rather than the narrative being religion, Shakti, etc. That's what I personally believe. But see, all of them in that camp are geniuses. I'm a very small political consultant. I don't have that much knowledge as they do. They're all geniuses, 4, 4, 5, 5 terms Rajya Sabha people. So they know what they're talking. But my advice was 10 years versus 10,000 kilometers from jo wade kiye or jo दिक्कतें
I
आपने
think
देखी.
that's a
And
beautiful slogan you've coined for them, right? I think that's
I, I
phenomenal.
I did.
It's
I
got to
said that
resonate.
we should
Yeah.
call their we should call their election manifesto माफीनामा, and we should force them to say कि जो वादे नहीं किए, 2 करोड़ नौकरियां नहीं दी, महंगाई कम नहीं की, उन पर महिलाओं पे जो अत्याचार हुआ, we should have attacked on that. I don't think religion is the thing to attack the BJP on, because when you fight the BJP on religion, guess who's going to win? That's my personal advice. But I think those in the Congress camp are much more smarter than I am. They perhaps need somebody like Rajat or Manu to advise them. They don't take my advice.
Oh my God, that seems to be the case with a lot of people who want the Congress to succeed, and there's this frustration that because India does need an effective opposition, and unfortunately or fortunately, we do not have an effective opposition thanks to that one party who can get up and do it, create that thing. Manu, your sense about your organization keeps doing weekly surveys, daily surveys. You have an election omnibus going on. What's the sense coming through? 400 पार छोड़ दीजिए, इंडिया अलायंस की बात करते हैं. What is the picture that you see emerging from just the numbers that you're crunching every day?
I know it would be a simplified explanation, but it wouldn't be a simplistic one. So this is something akin to the phenomenon that we were observing in the prior Vidhan Sabha elections of UP. So what happened was that you had the opposition alliance, coming together and putting up a decent fight, and obviously their vote share was increasing, and so was the probability of them winning or picking up seats. But that didn't mean that the overall macros were changing by a significant bit, if you consider macros as being who loses and who wins by 5 seats, 10, 20, irrespective. So currently the India alliance is facing a similar problem, that that they have become, or they are preaching to the choir. They have already the converted in their fold, and so earlier they were perhaps demoralized, but now they would turn up at the booths and vote for them. But the real deal is in taking away the vote share. The similar problem that BJP is having in Tamil Nadu is the problem faced by the India alliance at a national level, that how do they take away the vote share of BJP in a lot of states. It's very hard. And that's where the crux of this fight is, that how do you appeal to the center, or the center of the political ground, and gain those votes. As of now, I would say, according to our polls and in the run up that we saw, BJP was holding on to.
There are some surveys, opinion polls. I won't call them surveys. There's some opinion polls that have come in now, calling this a tight fight. 2024 elections. Rajat, your view on the tight fight?
Tight fight where? Nationally?
Yes.
The problem is that, does the opposition have enough bench strength to put up leaders? Look at Rajasthan. The stalwarts of Rajasthan Congress unit did not even attempt at fighting this election, and then you end up giving a ticket in Jaipur city. I mean, that's the most prestigious city in Rajasthan, to somebody who apparently was part of the BJP's ecosystem. That's the understanding of the Congress High Command when it comes to identifying credible leaders, and even having the bench strength, the options to pick and choose from. So I think I see that. See, there is some level of localization of this national election. I see that, and I acknowledge that it has still not become like that kind of a referendum on Modi of sorts, which I was expecting this election at least a month from now. So it has brought down certain level of local issues have come to the fore, and that needs to be addressed by the candidates concerned, by the state units, and then eventually by the prime minister himself. But opposition is not in the fray. It is public. Wherever public finds it is trying to fight against the incumbent member of parliament, they will do their job. The opposition candidate will be only a via media for that. They have zero credibility otherwise. So wherever we will see, you pick and choose individual regions. I can pick and choose UP, Rajasthan, which went into polls today. I can pick up Tamil Nadu also. I can talk about states after states. In Tamil Nadu, for instance, no media has covered the amount of anti-incumbency that DMK is facing on the ground. Every single leader of DMK, when they were out to campaign and canvass, they were being pushed out by the public. They were, protests from the public. They were not allowed to campaign. The amount of malgovernance that has reached to peak levels because of Tamil Nadu floods, have really enraged people over there. And it's just a matter of time when you will see that the entire DMK's edifice will come crumbling down. And by the way, Tamil Nadu, since the topic was initially around Tamil Nadu, let me point this out. Manu had mentioned earlier that, see, DMK and the DMK alliance is sitting on 56% vote share compared to in the year 2019. Tamil Nadu is one state which changes its mind very quickly. In 2014, had greater than 52% vote share. Within 5 years, things swung. And same thing can happen. Tamil Nadu, nobody can claim it's a bastion of any party. Be it any corner of Tamil Nadu that you pick and choose. It switches.
But at least a bastion of Dravidian parties, right? What about
because there has been no option.
National Party and a National Party star campaigner like Annamalai now, who's suddenly been the talk of the town over the last several months. How do you? Because this election is also going to decide his future. I want to come to you, Tehseen, on this, on Annamalai's political future. Is he? I asked this question of Rajat and Manu before you joined us, but I also want to get your sense, because that's what we promised our viewers, that we're going to talk about Annamalai and whether BJP can actually make a dent in Tamil Nadu. You said no in your first response. What about Annamalai? Your sense?
He's the future of Tamil Nadu, no doubt about it. Will it happen now? No, they're not winning it because the math does not add up. The math simply isn't there for the BJP. There is, and the DMK and Congress alliance is going to sweep all its seat, if not at least 38. Even Annamalai is going to lose in Coimbatore. He's not winning. Let's be clear on that. But he is the future. He's going to take the vote percentage.
I'm going to remember what you said. Let's see what happens.
I'll join you. I don't back out from what I say. I'll join you on the thing. But here's the thing about Annamalai. The other guy projected to Annamalai is Udayanidhi Stalin, right? And here's a young IPS officer or an IPS officer, self-made, coming up through the ranks. I remember I saw an interview or a podcast of his where he said that when the prime minister was there in one of the earlier rallies, this is before he was Tamil Nadu BJP president, he went to take care of the traffic because the Karyakartas couldn't come in. Here's a guy who was hardworking. And I think that that's phenomenal in politics. And I think that shows that somebody is ready to put in their sweat and blood in building it. He reminds me a lot of Yadurappaji when Yadurappa built the BJP in Karnataka on a cycle. And to give credit to the prime minister's gone out of his way to project him, the way the prime minister's body language is, because the prime minister is a very dominating man. The prime minister's body language is always very dominating and people are submissive to him. But Annamalai, the prime minister's almost treated him like an equal, patting him, treating him like a young guy. That body language, that chemistry was phenomenal for me to watch as a political person. So Annamalai definitely is the future, especially if it's Udayanidhi Stalin. I think one of the things the Congress and the opposition needs to now start doing, and I think this is very, very important, is to figure out, as Manu was saying, how do centrists come back? Look, the Congress, and I'm only interested in the Congress. I'm not really interested in the BJP. For me, the Congress was the centralist tent, or if you call it in a strange way, like, not in a strange way, in a beautiful way, like the Ganga, where there's space for everybody. This party has gone too left. How do you bring it back to the center? To bring it back to the center, you need people who are from the ground, people who understand ground level politics, people who understand politics, and people who are not arrogant. This country doesn't like arrogance. They don't like trolls. Everywhere the BJP is losing right now, and I'm coming from Western UP, is because of the arrogant MPs, is because of the arrogance that the BJP carries or its people carry. This country does, even the Prime Minister, when he was arrogant in West Bengal, he went Didi, the state rejected him. The country doesn't like arrogance. This is a country that likes Ram, it likes Gandhi, it likes Dhoni, it likes Tendulkar. It doesn't like arrogance. So we got to understand that where this country comes from. And the minute the Congress can get its people, ground level people who are not arrogant, who are not trolls, the Congress will come back, because the Congress runs in the blood of this country. The Congress is the soul of this country. And the Congress is duty bound to revive itself, to keep this country a democratic country. That is the Congress's fundamental duty towards the country, and it is incumbent that the Congress does it. So coming back to your question, So coming back to your question, Annamalai.
Sorry, let me just finish my thought. It's ironical that you were talking about all the arrogance, and we had the visuals, not by design, but by chance, of Mr. Rahul Gandhi on screen. I wanted to get Rajat to respond to that, but and then can I come back to you, Tehseen?
Sure.
Yes, Rajat, so your sense about Congress's comeback, as Tehseen is hoping for.
See, it cannot, this metamorphosis that is expected of Congress party cannot start with Rahul Gandhi at the helm or the Gandhi family at the helm. It has to truly embrace democratic ethos internally first, not have elected or sort of imposed presidents who still have to bow before the Gandhi family's authority. Till that core is not completely annihilated, destroyed, finished off from Congress's entire sort of influence circle, you cannot see this process kickstarting. And as Tehseen Bhai was also mentioning, they need to reoccupy the center. There is ample amount of political dividends, low-hanging fruits lying at the center of politics, which they are completely ignoring. And this is happening only because, first of all, Rahul Gandhi is surrounded by a set of people who are ultra-leftist. Those people have never contested, haven't had a victory even in a panchayat elections, and they are trying to guide and be the guiding force of the Gandhi family, who in turn is instructing the party's president and the other set of leadership. All of this is collectively resulting in hubris. Rahul Gandhi is not the factor in Tamil Nadu. He went there only for once to sort of campaign in Coimbatore itself, and that's it. I mean, it's up to the regional satraps and the regional party leadership over there. If he needs to begin the change, he will first have to get rid of these people around him. But he will just not be able to, because he can possibly only speak and understand the language which these people are saying, not the grassroots people, not the grassroots workers and the cadres of the Congress party. Therefore, I do not see, with Rahul Gandhi being at the helm, this party reforming and transforming at all. So, and removing of the Gandhi family is again impossible. So this is like a vicious cycle which Congress is
catch-22 situation.
Yeah, and this will go on for decades if this carries on like this.
Tehseen, let me just come back to you quickly in the interest of time. Your other point.
My other point is that, look, the Congress must also introspect on who the people, because there is an undercurrent for the Congress right now which no one is catching. So they must introspect who are the people who will represent them on television, on social media, and in other forums. Are they going to be people who have opposed the Congress, whose ideology is suspect? Are they going to be people who are going to be extremely rude, discourteous, who are going to be arrogant? That's one. The second thing where the Congress needs to, again, introspect is, and I think they should take it forward, is they must remind the people of the great legacy the party had. I was surprised, and I think I was telling this to one of the top Congress leaders, one of the top 3 Congress leaders. I was telling her this, I won't take names, that I have never heard the Congress themselves name Nehruji or Indiraji or Rajivji. I mean, these are Congress prime ministers. These are phenomenal prime ministers. And you can agree, disagree. The only time the Congress speaks about them is when the prime minister, the current prime minister, attacks them. They have let go of their own prime minister and their own legacy. Why would you do that? For example, let me just come back to the issue of Ram Mandir. The Congress could have scored so many points on Ram Mandir.
Yeah, because
and they just didn't speak about
opened by Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. Exactly.
And I'm not making this up. So there is, as Rajat Bhai rightly said, there was this massive Congress leader, 4-time, 5-time Rajya Sabha MP, mass leader, who uh, who um, who called me and told me that when I said about Rajiv ji opening the locks, and so I'm a little passionate in TV. I said ताले तो खोलने वाले राजीव जी थे, राजीव जी की अंतिम ख्वाहिश थी कि यहाँ भव्य मंदिर बने. And I'm saying all this. He called me and he said, I can't say all of this. He actually told me this leader. And I was
Oh,
stunned that करने वाले राजीव जी थे, उनकी आखिरी ख्वाहिश ये थी. Why would you disassociate? So I just think that in Einstein's theory of multiverses and multi-universes, I do think some of these people live in a different dimension, and they need to come back to the four-dimensional world, because चुनाव तो यहाँ लड़ना है ना. बाकी सारी चीज चलती होगी, but चुनाव तो लड़ना तो यहाँ है ना.
आपके एको चेम्बर में नहीं लड़ना है चुनाव. I think that
हाँ, because
that
because
message.
because what happens is the same people are clapping for you, जो already आपको वोट दे रहे हैं, but उससे आप नहीं जीत रहे हो. आपको रजत को आपकी तरफ लाना है, आपको मनु को आपकी तरफ लाना है, who may have voted BJP. So you got to reach out to them and say, look, this is what we offer. Then it's their choice. You are calling Rajat communal. You're calling Manu communal if he's voted BJP. You've already distanced the other. Politics is the art of making bridges, not the art of burning bridges. That's what I feel.
I think the India Alliance it would serve them well to hire you on as their permanent consultant and sort of advise them on the art of winning elections, which of course the BJP has mastered. Manu, your last thoughts on 400 Paar? Tehseen has said difficult, Rajat has said difficult. Your sense, given the data that you have,
I
is
mean,
it
see,
possible without? Is it possible without ample amount of votes from the south, uh, ample number of seats from the south coming the BJP's way?
I mean, first of all, it's very hard to top Tehseen's word on Congress. Yeah, great points. Uh, Second, regarding BJP, or the NDA doing a 400 Paar. Uh, See, the clear-cut answer to that would be that any party, if it has to expand, has to breach new territories. As of now, if the BJP, let's count Kerala, let's count Tamil Nadu, let's count the southern West Bengal, let's count other states where BJP is struggling hard. Unless and until BJP really picks up seats vis-a-vis its previous performance,
Right.
it would be very hard to approach that number for the NDA. Forget even the BJP. And
Okay.
that's where the crux
That's
is.
all right. That's where it cuts it. But thank you so much for joining us. I know we've exceeded beyond our time by almost 15 minutes, but that's what happens when you're having fun, having the conversation.
But I came late,
But I
so we
hope,
made it up.
yeah, you
I
came
came 10
late and
minutes
we
late,
made
so we
it. But
made it up.
we overextended because of you, Tehseen. Had you come on time, we would have wound up by now. But thank you so much for joining us, all of you, and thank
Thank
you,
you.
viewers, for watching this broadcast. Hope it was as much fun, informative, and you got the right nuggets of analysis from us. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned to Times of India every evening, 5 p.m. Elections with TOI.